Jay. This is Crooked Eye Comics. Now, in one of my last videos, I showcased a few books that I did a trade for, and they were modern books. Today, I'm going to go over these books in detail. Now, I read all four. It's only 4 books here. It's The Batman Detective, 1051, Monkey Prince #1, Savage Spider-Man #1, and She-Hulk #1. Now, going into these, I heard a lot about a few of them. I didn't really hear anything about this Savage Spider-Man, so I didn't know anything about this going in. Nothing at all. But I heard about Monkey Prince going in. Heard about She-Hulk. Obviously, we have the new series coming to Disney Plus very soon. And usually when stuff like that happens, what they do is they introduce a new series in their ongoing. So they broke this out before it comes. Try to catch you up a little bit, or try to showcase where the character might be going, or it might not have anything to do with it, but they're just running it at the same time. Now, I predetermined, based off of the information that I knew beforehand, I had them in order. I thought the Detective Comics was going to be the best one. I thought the She-Hulk one was going to be the second best one. I thought the Monkey Prince would come in next. And since I didn't know anything about this Savage Spider-Man, I just put that on the back burner. Now, the actual way that this played out. The Monkey Prince was the best one out of all 4. That's Monkey Prince #1. This Batman Detective Comics 1051 came in second, and it's a close second. Now, all 4 of these books came out in the same week. It wasn't this past week, but it was a week before. So you should be able to go and get any of them if you were interested in getting any of them. This Savage Spider-Man started the downtrend of these 2 right here. So I would say my early analysis, Monkey Prince, 992. Batman Detective Comics, 991. Or 89 to 91. This Savage Spider-Man, 6 flat. It's readable, but that's about it. And then this She-Hulk #1, 4.0. The best thing I can say about this is it's a Skottie Young cover. That's like the biggest reason why I got it. Aside from the series, actually. I don't really know too much about She-Hulk, so I wanted to see a little bit before the series came out because I'm going to watch it. So I wanted to see that. I didn't want to read this. I got a few pages in, and I'll break it open. I'm going to go from worst to best here. So you see the cover is pretty cool. That's a Skottie Young cover. We break it open. The artwork is lackluster at best. I feel like it was just thrown together. So visually, you're doing nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to say from a visual standpoint, I give this book a 2. Maybe a 3. So, nothing to write home about. We could say a 4 because it's been worse. But it's nothing to write home about. The story, I'm still confused after I read this on what actually the whole point of this comic was. It's just a poorly written. I expect a comic like this to come out of DC. And the fact that Marvel is pumping out this, in my opinion, as a gimmick before the show comes out, is just a shame, to be honest. They could have gotten They could have done a lot better, essentially. So that's going to be the review on that one. Coming in next is Savage Spider-Man. Now, the Savage Spider-Man, it actually, okay, so visually, it's a huge upgrade from that She-Hulk. Like, if we look on the inside of this, right? And this is why I put it in a 6. I put it in a 6 because it's readable. Visually, it's great. The story was just too all over the place for me without giving up any spoilers. It was just too, I mean, I see where they were going. They just didn't hit the home run. They got like a double when it's the bottom of the 9th and they needed to bring that home, that run home. And instead of doing that, they hit a double, but it was right to an outfielder and they couldn't get the run home. So that's what that ended up happening with here. So it's not terrible, but it's just not great. Now here's where we start with the good stuff. Now, this Detective Batman was so good that I went and I grabbed 1053, and I still have to grab 1052 just because of how good it was. And I'm gonna not try to give up too many spoilers, but you have some interesting characters in here. So from a character standpoint, and it's hard to do in 30 something odd pages to change a character, you know, have character development over the course of one issue. And I feel like this issue did a great job in that, in terms of taking one character where it started off in the early panels, and by the end it's totally different. So I like that part of it. Visually, I would say it's around an 8, give or take. By the end, I was happy. There's not too much bad I could say about it. 9 flat. Not the best comic I ever read in my life, but it's far from the worst. And I've been really down on DC's writing over the last year, especially the last 4 months. And it seems like, at least with this and with the Monkey Prince, they're getting their shit back together. So that brings me to my final here with this one. Monkey Prince #1. There wasn't much hype about this book. It gives you basically the whole story of this character from infancy up until, so we have character development. You get to see kind of like the intro of how he got his powers, things like that. And then there's a huge spoiler at the end that I'm not going to spoil for you. But I'm interested in to see what happens in this Monkey Prince #2. Because #1 left you in a cliffhanger. So, story-wise, they got me. Visually, they got me. There's just not too much bad you could say about it. Thank you guys for watching these videos. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please go do that for me. If you haven't checked out the TikTok, I also do TikToks over there. I'm going to have a couple more videos coming real quick. I have a trade unboxing and, well, actually 2 trade unboxings. So keep posted. We got more content coming, and thank you for all your support.